Well, very good evening and many thanks indeed for keeping it locked here at ICS TV. I'm your host, Tony Ngale, and today we are talking about the race to the ballot box, and we are joined with two panelists here on the board, and they're going to be telling us they are vying for some seats here at the ICS College. And karibuni sana. Well, maybe to begin with, Madam, what do you do and what's your name?
My name is Ester. Currently studying at ICS, but also a mentor.
Well, thank you. And you, sir?
I am Brian Mutua. I'm a current Minister for Sports and Entertainment, and I'm taking diploma in journalism and mass communication.
Well, that's good. And now, I know on the ground it's getting hot and hotter because Mr. Brian, you're vying for the chairman seat, and Madam, you're vying for the secretarial seat. Am I right?
Yeah.
Well, and maybe you'll tell us, are you born with leadership skills, or you obtain leadership skills as you grow? To begin with, Mr. Brian.
Okay, to me, I believe that I was born with that leadership skills. As I grow, I still gain more from my mentors, and let me say, for those who, from where I was born, I have been brought up being told this and this, you should not do this and this, you would be a good leader, you see. Being the firstborn, I was taught how to be a good leader to my siblings, you see. In high school, in primary, high school, I was a leader. So all that I've grown up knowing that these and these are the qualities of a good leader, you see. So I was born with the leadership spirit, and the time I'm growing up, I'm getting leadership skills.
Well, and Madam, let me ask you a question. What's the inspiration behind being a leader? Have you ever been a leader before, and what inspired you to be a leader and even coming to this point of vying the secretarial seat?
Okay, thank you so much. I've been a leader before. Like currently, I'm under Homabay County, that is in Nyanza Province. The female president. We're working under the HIV and AIDS, trying to put stigmatization to zero. So when I'm now a female president at our county, when I came on to join the ICS College. So the only way to get to join others, or to get to work together as a community and a society, for us to join the nation, I should not let my leadership of the Homabay County to step aside, but to join for the ICS College and pull it up, and then we come together. That's what inspires me to sit for the Secretary General seat in ICS.
Well, and Mr. Brian, you have been a leader for a couple of days. You've been the Minister for Sports and Entertainment. I guess that was your post, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then let me ask you a question. There are some challenges that you've been going through, because I earlier on noted you saying that you have been in the ministry and you know the weaknesses and you know the strongholds of the administration.
Yeah, I do. There are challenges which I came through during my time, and I've learned how to tackle them. I've known how to tackle things with management, and I've learned from the position that I am having right now. That's why I want to increase that to draw power towards students. I don't want to go back to Minister of Sports and Entertainment and things. No. I want to bring power to the students and also raise the study standard of ICS College.
Well, and Madam Esther, let me ask you a question. You have been a leader and you're still a leader for Homabay County. Let me ask you, how has the journey been?
Okay, the journey has not yet been so easy, because first of all, I started working when I was a Form 3 student. So by then, you're a student, you're leading in class. Also, the women rep that is Gladys Wanga needs you in an event. You need to go there. So missing classes, you also need to perform, because a parent can never understand that you are a leader somewhere and he pays the school fee. So those are some of the challenges. And then standing in front of people, okay, that you're a leader, but how sure are you with your young age putting on a uniform? Excluded as per now that I'm out of the world. Now facing the real situation, how sure am I that what I'm going to tell the people, they're going to understand it? In which perspective? Understanding? Yeah, so those one have been so many challenges. The young age, you need to convince them. They need to understand that no matter how young you are, but there's a certain set of leadership and there's a certain set of how you can make their heads they can understand you. Yeah.
Well, and Mr. Brian,
Yeah.
well, let me tell you this. I didn't want to ask you, but then your competitor, let me take your competitor who is Dama. Okay, I have gone through I've been doing some investigations, and I found that in your WhatsApp group, you've got 149 participants. And Dama has got 177, if I'm not wrong. That brings it to a difference of 28 participants. Well, what's your feeling about that?
Okay, to me, I understand that it is a group. It's a WhatsApp group. It doesn't mean that whatever it is reflected in the group, it is whatever it will reflect on 19th. So I don't mind about the participants who are in her group or the participants who are in my group. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, so it doesn't make you feel like you can lose the seat?
It doesn't make
It doesn't make. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure it doesn't make?
I understand. I believe what I'm talking about.
So you believe, so you go with the saying that the Christian use when you are the church, tunasemanga tuko pamoja pastor kwa maombi, tuko pamoja kwa imani. So you go with that saying.
In fact, let me tell you, it doesn't. Yeah, to me, it doesn't make me feel as if I'm going to be defeated because she has so many WhatsApp participants than me. No, it doesn't.
Well, so it doesn't. Right. Now, Madam Ester, let me ask you, do you think that it's going to maybe bring some threats and fears because you just joined the school a couple of months ago?
Not really. First of all, with a description of a leader, you have to be strong. So only ask yourself a question. I do sometimes ask myself a question. If I was a leader before of a county, not an institution of ICS, a county, and then I was not elected or I went unopposed, we had to walk into different schools. Leave ICS, you only go to stand back and information house. No, you walk into different schools, you look for votes. And to make matters worse, the only place that you had to vote to was in Bomas of Kenya. So just imagine, you had gone and talked to people, and then you want to see how the turnout is going to be at the Bomas of Kenya. So for me, this is a small thing. What you need is believe in yourself. A leader, you have to believe in yourself. You have to set your mind and set it to go. That's why for me, I'm not afraid of my competitor. Okay, I'm not afraid of Bure, neither Pop. Let me start with Pop. Someone will ask Pop, you are currently academic leader. What did you do for those people? What did you do to change the ICS? He might be having one or two things. Some to Bure. Bure will use his popularity, but that does not matter. Being that I joined recently in ICS, what I need is a small change. And how I could get to speak with the whole population of ICS and we get to form a togetherness through the Homa Bay County is making that change through me being on the seat. That is the Secretary General. So we're Pop, those who are vying with me, even if someone chips in today, what I know that I believe in myself. That is what a leader should always have in his mind or in her mind.
Well, and what are some of the challenges you currently facing? Because I understand it's really a season for you now.
Yeah. Okay, the challenges that I'm facing right now is, people will give out different views. Someone will come and tell you, you know what, Esther, you could have not gone for that seat that don't fit you. You could have just taken the chairperson. Someone comes, academics. No, each and every day you get to meet someone, they have their own perspective. They have on how they want to rule you. And then someone comes and says, you are still here in ICS. You know, you are still here until next year. So let me just have this seat for this year, so that next year you get the seat and will come and support you. Who believes on that? So those are kind of the challenges I'm going to face now, because as I move out, someone has to speak to me. Or how do you feel? And then, as you know, politicians, someone needs something small, you know? And then maybe someone will come and tell you, I need some 200 from you. Yet lunchtime, he had told you, or she had told you that I need some lunch from you. So you can even find one day you've even spent 2,000 just for lunch and some people's fare. Yeah. So those are some of the challenges.
So could it be some point getting to corruption?
Oh, not really. It do happens. Okay, for me, I do believe that even the president of Kenya himself, he used money at some point. Know that you must have money for you to get the post you want. No, but at some moment you need to have something small, because someone will tell you, oh, now that you are vying for the SG, I don't have something small. Why can't you give me a KDF? So if you have that 10 bob, obviously you have just to give it out. Because at the end of the day, you'll need to be voted in for an SG. That's how it is. But exclusion of money, I don't think always money plays a very big part. But at some moment, it has to be there. You have to have something small. Yeah, your crew, something, some lunch, some breakfast, when you people are having a talk, it must be there for people to also have, like, so you may say that if she is like this before all this happened, then to me, if she's there, more good things can happen. That's how it usually happens.
Oh, and Mr. Brian, what are some of the challenges that you're facing currently?
If I can say that, we have so many things of late going around or happening. We are given different hearts and different attitudes. Like I came across a certain student yesterday, and I did not spoke to her, but a friend of mine told her that this is our chairman. He said, "How many chairmans do we have?" Then she said, "I know my chairman." Then she mentioned. Then, okay, you know, as a human being, it will hurt you. Okay, you will have that. Have I gone? Has it gone to that extent? Anyway, you have to give yourself that morale. You see. Then there are like Esther has said, you will come across so many guys around. "Oh, Brian, give me this. I don't have fare. Because if you want my vote, give me 200. Buy for me soda. Buy for me this and this. Take me for lunch." You see. Then you will find that by the end of the day you have to spend a lot. Okay, you have to spend. You see, you have to spend, but you don't have to exchange money so that you can be voted. Whatever you will give to the student, or else the manifest that you will present to them, they will vote for you definitely if it convinces them. But you will come. There are so many things which usually happen around. People have so many things. You might have even framing you to the management. Brian has done this. Brian has done. At the end of the day, you will come. You find yourself, "Hey, Brian, am I going for this seat?" You will come. You will get annoyed. You will get upset, but you will have to cool down so that you can proceed. You see. So there are so many things I've gone through since the time people knew that I was going for the chairman seat. Things that are happening. Some others are very dirty. I cannot even mention them.
Oh, so let me just say you need to take heart. But then let me ask you, which is that one thing that you keep on saying that I want to do this immediately when I get to the seat? This is the first thing I'm going to do. What is that thing that you want to do when you just immediately get to the seat?
If I can say that there are things which when I came to ICS, I expected to see them, but I did not. Like we have so many campuses right now. If I believe we are around 4, that is Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, Nakuru, being then Nairobi, being the first campus. We don't have that unity. We don't have any common event that we can come together as ICS family and say that we are going to present as ICS Nairobi, ICS Kisumu, ICS, even leave all about other campuses. I've never seen any leadership conference, such things. You know, there are things that need to motivate you. Let me give you an example. When Ics University student council that is, meets with UN student leaders, they will share their ideas. You will know how they do handle their things, you see, and you will upgrade from where you were, you see. You will understand how to handle cases from your campuses, you see. But I've never seen such a thing. Yet we do have leaders who are above us. As always, I usually say, MCA will never go beyond governor. It will never. So you have to cool down or to play safe, because you might be you see. So the reason why I have gone for the chairman is to make sure that whatever it has never happened since I came to ICS, it has happened. The goals which I expected to achieve in ICS, I have to achieve them and make other students to achieve. There are so many things which I expected from ICS which I have not seen them.
Oh, so thank you so much. So people, I mean, they're really going to wait for you. And Madam Ester, let me ask you, what is that one thing that you want to do immediately you get to the secretarial seat?
Okay, that's a very good question. What is there is, being that as Secretary General, to me, you'll be attending so many meetings. The first thing and the main thing I would like to do for the ICS students, if this seat is going to be voted in, is that I'll try to pressurize their issues to the board. That is the main thing. Because I believe, like, if I give an example, the students have been complaining about the biometric. It has been a song of biometric. So the main thing, I think the director himself might have not heard about the biometric. That's why there is no change. But I'm very sure if he had heard this, then there must be, or there could be change. So the main thing is that I should always be there to give them those issues and try to pressurize them to do at least one or two things, at least make a change. Are we together?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is always, okay, a general secretary, mostly, okay, people do understand that you just write. It is not all about writing. But you are at a certain position where you can easily socialize with the students. At the same time, you can easily get back to the board. You can easily meet the lecturers and the directors, all that stuff. So when you get there for their meeting, the issue that you've now socialized with the students and you've had them, then put them to that table, let them work.
Oh, that's good. Well, thank you so much for you continued keeping on here at ICS TV. And we take a commercial break and we are going on the ground to see Mr. Green. Will be telling us what's happening down there. Mr. Green, I hope you will get me clear. Then before taking that commercial break, remember you can also send your views, text and comments via the number on your screen, and you can also visit our social media platform at Facebook. You can find us at ICS TV, and you can also find me at Tony Alabastingala, and you send your views, text and comments. I'll be sampling them by the end of the show, and we take a commercial break. Mr. Green, take it over.
Yes, Mr. Tony, I can get you very clearly from the ICS grounds. Without much ado, I do have some of the students who would wish to say something towards the forthcoming election that is supposed to be held on October date 19. To begin with is a young man here who is also a student in this institution. So, young man, what is your name and what can you say towards the forthcoming election?
Okay, my name's Daniel Kemanti, and according to me about the forthcoming elections, I can say for the leaders whom we have now, there are some leaders who have not done work to their perfection. So if one wants to be re-elected, he has to work hard for now, ama aoneshe bidii yake sahi ndo tumrudishe kwa kiti. Alafu sasa wale ambao wanavai, tunataka wewe kama ukivai kiti uingie hapo, tuone kenye unafanya, usiingie tu hapo kuzubaa ama kupata ambao to allowances kama kuna kitu. Tunataka utufanyie maendeleo, yani tunataka tuone kama tumekuchagua, tuoneshe you are capable of doing it.
Well, thank you very much, young man. That was Daniel. And also, I do have a young lady here with me who would wish to say something concerning the same issue. So, young lady, what is your name and what can you say about the forthcoming election?
My name is Esther Nyambura, and the coming election naona ikiwa na ushindani mkubwa. Vigogo tofauti wameweza kujitokeza kupigania viti tofauti, na tunangojea tuone ni yapi yatatendeka. Wacha saizi hatuwezi kutabiri mengi, bali tutangojea hadi tarehe 19 tuone vigogo wote wakutane kwenye ballot box. Hapo ndipo tutajua nani bingwa, nani kafanya hivi, nani kafanya vile. Ushindani wao tutauonea pale kwenye ballot box. Asante.
Yes, thank you very much. That was the statement from two of the students who are coming from ICS. Now over to you, Mr. Tony, in the studio.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Green, and we are back. And Thank you so much for you who have kept on tuning on ICS TV. And here we gather closing remarks. Mr. Brian, what would you like to tell our viewers?
Now what I can tell them is that this is the right time to make the right change, and we need to come up as a family, come together and make the right choice. Come 19th of October, I really need your support and your votes to make what is impossible in ICS be possible. Thank you.
Thank you. And Madam Ester, closing remarks?
Okay, thank you so much. As I'm closing, I say that for the ICS Institute, for the students, just vote me in. A change always begins with individual. So when you begin to vote a wrong person, you will cry for the end of your life, because life has to continue as usual and you'll continue crying. But if you vote in the right person, the right things will come at the right time. So a change begins with individuals. So the students just to turn out on 19th of next month to just vote Esther Odero Kasim for the SG, and everything will be just well.
Well, thank you so much for honoring our call and coming here at ICS TV, and we are really grateful. And thank you so much for all those who have been online to make this show successful. I want to bring my gratitude to you, and may you continue being my viewer and continue also tuning in ICS TV. Till next time we meet again, and remember, this is the race to the ballot, and my name is Tony Ngala. Goodbye.